The 98th Academy Awards take place next Sunday on the 15th of March. Every year we tell ourselves the Oscars are unpredictable, and every year we're wrong. Because the Academy Awards aren't just about the best films, they're about narratives, momentum, campaign strategy, industry politics, and sometimes even timing. By the time Oscar night rolls around, most of the winners aren't even surprises. They're the result of months of quieter signals, festival buzz, critics awards, guild wins, box office narratives, and the stories voters want to tell about the year in film. So in this video, I'm breaking down my predictions for 2026 Academy Awards, including who I think should win versus who I think will win. From the Best Picture to the acting categories, I'm looking at the data, the campaigns, and the momentum to figure out where the race really stands. So, let's get into my predictions. The actor in leading role category is one of the most competitive we've ever seen it, with Timothée Chalamet being obviously the presumptive frontrunner for most of the campaign, although Michael B. Jordan did just win at the Actors Awards. However, this isn't usually the best predictor for the Oscars. I think Timmy will walk away with it, and I really don't have any issue with that. He's been gunning for an Oscar badly these last couple of years, and I think Timmy will win, and in my opinion, should win too. If we have a look at Polymarket, for example, it looks like most people seem to agree with me that Tim will be walking away with this one. I think the actor in a supporting role category is quite up in the air at the moment. We've had a few different actors win it across the season. So Stellan Skarsgård won it at the Golden Globes, for example, Sean Penn at the SAG Awards and BAFTA, and then Jacob Elordi won it at the Critics' Choice Awards. Personally, I think Sean Penn should win it. I think his performance was absolutely brilliant in one battle after another, but I could see it going a few other ways as well. Maybe even Delroy Lindo is in with a shot, but I'm going to put Sean Penn in, should win, and will win, and most people seem to agree with me. Best Actress is pretty much a lock for Jessie Buckley. She's been sweeping all the awards this season, and deservedly so. Personally, I think Rose Byrne was absolutely amazing in If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, and deserves as much recognition as possible, and I'm glad she won the Silver Bear at Berlin, for example, but I think Jessie Buckley should win, and probably will win, this award. Another category which is still up in the air is the actress in a supporting role. One Me just took home the BAFTA, Tiana won the Golden Globe, and Amy Madigan won the SAG Award. I'm really not too sure on this one, to be honest. I think it'll either be Amy or Tiana. Personally, I think Inga Lilius should win it, but she definitely won't. So I'll put Inga for should win and Tiana for will win it. However, prediction market seems to think that Amy is in with a much better chance. I'm not going to lie, I haven't seen most of the films on the animated feature list, but I was a big fan of K-pop Demon Hunters, so I'm going to go for K-pop for should win and will win. Zootopia 2 did just win the BAFTA award, but I think K-pop Demon Hunters has had like such a big year that it will end up getting the Oscar. Similar to the animated features, I've only seen one film on the animated short film list, and that was Retirement Plan. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I'd recommend everyone going and checking it out if possible. It's on Disney in the UK, but I'm not sure elsewhere. So I'll go for Retirement Plan should win and no clue for who will win. The new category this year in the Oscars is the casting, obviously. There's a lot of confusion around what this award actually means. Is it for the most impressive discoveries in casting or most out-of-the-box casting choices? This is a bit of a stab in the dark for me, to be honest. I Swear won it at the BAFTAs, but I think One Battle After Another should win, with the cast all round being just absolutely on the top of their game, from the small roles to the leads. But I think Sinners will walk away with this one and end up winning it, so I don't really have too much to complain about that. There were a lot of beautiful films this year, but not going to lie, Train Dreams really blows the rest of them out of the water for me when it comes to cinematography. The only other two I consider would be One Battle After Another or Mighty Supreme, so I'm going to go for Train Dreams should win, but I think One Battle After Another will end up winning it. People on Polymarket are heavily in favour of One Battle After Another winning this one, but I'm really excited to see whether Train Dreams gets it. Costume design will probably go to Frankenstein, and I'm absolutely fine with that, but I think Mighty Supreme costumes were also on point this year, so I would love to see that too. I think I will end up going for Frankenstein should win and will win. I think Best Director is pretty much a lock for PTA. He's won it at every other award show this year, and I'm very happy for him to finally get a much-deserved Oscar. Like, how has he been nominated for 14 Oscars and never won with his calibre of work? Who knows? But deep down, you kind of do want to think that there could be some sort of upset here, like Coogler or Zhao walking away with it. But I think PTA has this one locked. He should win and will win for sure. For the best documentary feature films, I've actually only seen The Perfect Neighbour out of all of them, which is a shame because I love a good documentary. I think I'm going to go for Mr. Nobody against Putin as will win. The Academy have been loving that anti-Russia films in the last couple of years, and I think that will end up getting it. But I'll go for The Perfect Neighbour for should win. I have not seen any of these films, so I'm going to stay out of it. Editing is another one which I'm not so sure about. I think it'll probably go to One Battle After Another, and I'm very happy for it too. I can't say there's really any other contenders which stand out as strong to come up against one battle after another, so I think that's pretty much a lock for it. Often the most interesting category in any given year, we've got another stacked list of films in Best International Feature. The only film I haven't seen here is The Voice of Hind Rajab, but a lot of people really think this is a deeply impactful film. I think The Secret Agent will end up winning it, but I'd definitely like to see Joachim Trier get it for sentimental value. So, Secret Agent will win, sentimental value should. No idea. For makeup and hairstyling, I think Frankenstein is pretty much a lock for this one. There aren't really any others that I see as being a strong contender, so I'm going to go for Frankenstein will and should win this one. Ludwig is probably going to win for this one, and I'm definitely happy for him, but personally, I'd have Johnny Greenwood's score as should win. I think it was absolutely amazing, so out of the box, so original and unique, but I do think at the end of the day, Ludwig is going to walk away with it. Shout out to Max Richter too, the GOAT. Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters has to win this one for sure. For production design, I think Frankenstein will probably win, but personally, I think Marty Supreme should win. F1 might just walk away with the Oscar for Best Sound, but not going to lie, I did go to see Surat last night, and I thought the combination of music and sound was absolutely excellent. So I'm going to go for F1 will win, but Surat should win. Can you believe Jurassic World Rebirth is Oscar nominated? No, me neither. I think Avatar Fire and Ash will walk away with this one though. I think PTA might walk away with 3 Oscars on the night, and adapted screenplay will probably be one of them. There's a trend over the last couple of years where directors are winning big, so Nolan got 2 for example, Baker got 4, and as I said, PTA might end up with 3, and I'm totally here for it. Best Original Screenplay might be the only award that Ryan Coogler walks away with on the night, which I'm very happy for, but I do think Marty Supreme and Sentimental Value are 2 I would love to see get it. So I think Sinners will win, but I'm going to go with Marty Supreme should. And finally, the big one. Once again, I think I want to believe that there might be a big upset on the night. Maybe Hamnet or Sinners walks away with it. I think Sinners is the more likely of the 2 there, but at the end of the day, I think One Battle After Another has just been an absolute tear in other award shows, and we can't ignore that. Personally, I have One Battle After Another as should win and will win. I feel bad for a film like Marty Supreme, which is actually such a good film, but once again, it's just another stacked year of films and not everyone can win. So there are my 2026 Oscars predictions. Let me know what yours are in the comments, and if you think there might be any upsets or incidents on the night. It seems like there's always at least one nowadays.